Thank you, Ceann Comhairle. I want to acknowledge here in the House that there are very many societal concerns around the whole area of sexual health and education, and rightly so, and I think that it's very timely and important that a thorough review of the whole area of sexual health and education is undertaken, while appreciating also that home and community has a vital role to play also. Speaking here as the Chair of the Joint Oireachtas Committee on Education and Skills, I want to inform the House that as part of the work programme of 2018, that the Committee had already agreed to undertake a review of sexual health and relationship education and matters relating to areas such as contraception and consent in primary and post-primary schools, colleges, youth clubs and other organisations involved in education and in interactions with young people. And on foot of this, the Committee agreed 2 weeks ago to seek written submissions from interested groups or individuals in relation to this very important matter. And we'll certainly consider any suitable written submission, and we'll be inviting a number of contributors to the public hearings that we are having. Already we've received a number of submissions, so we expect to have maybe 3 different committee meetings in relation to this. And just to remind those that are interested that the closing date will be next Friday the 20th at 12 noon. Our report, of course, will then be forwarded to you, Minister, and we would expect that our examination of the subject in relation to listening to the experts and the stakeholders would feed into and help to inform the recently announced review of relationships and sexual education in schools, which will be undertaken, of course, by the National Council on Curriculum and Assessment, and we certainly want to work hand in hand with those. It is certainly very important that this review is along the lines called for by both the Citizens' Assembly and the Joint Committee on the 8th Amendment, and that the review will cover both the content of the curriculum and support materials, as well as the delivery of the curriculum to the students. And myself and my party want to see that review carried out, concluded and implemented as expeditiously as possible. Sexual harassment has dominated the news in recent months, and research shows us that the experiences of unwanted sexual advances often begin at a very early age, quite shocking when the research shows that sometimes at the age of 11 or even younger. So we absolutely have to empower our young people to deal with this. Change is absolutely essential, and through the educational system is an obvious starting point, in particular in relation to teaching about equality, respect and consent, as well as the areas of contraception and sexuality. The present RSE system is 20 years old, and a 2007 evaluation revealed that there was a lower implementation in all boys' schools, which points to a wider issue in relation to the whole area of gender inequality. Understanding and engaging with responsible sexual education within a broader social context is absolutely vital. We need a cultural shift in relation to talking about sexism, sexual abuse and harassment. At the moment, there is a huge disparity between schools in relation to what parts of sexual education are taught, and indeed if it is being taught. And I honestly believe that it's not necessarily an old-fashioned or a conservative or a religious view that is holding teachers back, or sex education, because it's difficult for teachers. They're talking about very intimate subjects, and we all know, having been in the classroom with students, it's difficult when there's possibly sniggers down the back, or students are not comfortable and they show their discomfort in different ways. So it's very difficult for teachers to know how to use the best approach, and there's an absolute onus, I believe, on us to help them, and I certainly hope that the work that the committee does will help that. Engendering awareness, respect and equality must be the cornerstone of any future work, and I certainly look forward to engaging with the members of the committee and with the NCCA in relation to that. Gurv Mahagat.